Okay, here we have a ultrasonic cleaner from Harbor Freight. It's got a single transducer on the bottom and the center, which is why I've placed these cases in the center. Has the best cleaning capabilities there. I ran a foil test. It does put holes, perforate the foil in the center, a little bit on the outsides, and the corners hardly at all. So I tend to stick to the center when trying to clean brass. We've got 10 cases here. Old dirty range brass that I picked up probably about a year ago. It's been sitting in a box, and pulled it out just for this little test here, and to kind of show you how this works and how I set it up in the solutions that I use to get it as clean as possible. So what we'll do is we'll put half distilled water typically, but I ran out, so we're using regular water. And we'll fill it up about halfway up the cases. And I'll do a little bit more. Okay. And next, white distilled vinegar. About a 50-50 mix. Just over the top of the case mouths. And to finish it off, just a little bit of dish soap. Okay. Now this unit from Harbor Freight has a heat setting, so you can turn the heater on. It helps with cleaning the cases a little bit, so we'll turn it. Heat's here. Okay. So we'll turn it to 480 seconds. 8 minutes, and we'll go ahead and let it run. Okay, once it gets done with the first cycle, we'll just kind of pull a couple cases out and check the inside of the case with a Q-tip just to see how clean it got. Over here, let me see if I get this. I have a bucket of water and baking soda to kind of neutralize the acids in the vinegar. Doesn't really damage the brass, it just discolors it. Not really a necessary step, considering I'm going to follow this with a quick session in the tumbler just to get everything really sparkling clean. Okay, so back over here, we'll go ahead and kind of shake the case as dry as possible, and I'll go ahead and run this Q-tip through here. Now I don't know how many times this specific piece of brass has been fired. Like I said, I did pick it up at the range, but it doesn't matter how many times it's been fired, there will be carbon residue left inside even after tumbling, which these ones have not been. Okay, so this is still kind of dirty. As you can see here on the inside, but a couple more sessions on through here. Okay, now we finished up our second cycle. I will pull a different case out. I think this is a different one. And neutralize it. Okay. Now I'll take this clean Q-tip, I'll go ahead and run it through and see what comes out. So I got a lot more carbon out that time around. Primer pocket will do the same thing. Still some carbon in the primer pocket. Alright, let's check a different case. Take the clean end. Okay, a little bit of carbon, but much better than it was. Okay, I'll go ahead and run this one more time for 8 minutes. Okay, now we've finished our third cycle through here. It's taken about 24 minutes, about 30 with some wait time in between. So after running it for about a half an hour, go ahead and pull your cases out. These heated ones get the water pretty warm, so I've got a spoon to scoop them out if it's too hot, but it's not too bad. Go ahead and stick them in the baking soda and water, just a little bit to neutralize that acid. And then we will go ahead and pull them all out. Get as much of the water as we can out of them. You can take a look in here. The primer pockets are actually pretty clean. That ultrasonic cleaner does some amazing things. I'm really impressed with it so far. You can kind of see inside, got a lot of the carbon out. Alright, so next we'll move to the tumbler. In here I've got mostly lime and corn cob mixed in with a little bit of, what is it? It's crushed walnut, basically a lizard bedding, and I put that in there. It's a little bit more abrasive to kind of clean the cases up, and then of course the corn cob polishes them. So we'll put them in here, run this for about 10 minutes, and we'll check the results.